40 makes it really tough when you're thinking about qualification. Focusing on that top four there, RCB find themselves at number 3 after finally getting off to victorious ways at home with Anil Kumble and Ambati Raidu joining us as well. And it all came down to a moment where you just had to absorb the pressure, be calm, cool and collected. Who else but Josh Hazlewood, the person for the job? So much in the power play as well. Now that the fact that he has so much experience, you can use him in the back end because you need to be able to defend totals in the Chinnaswamy.
Absolutely. I mean, he has a lot of experience. We have seen that even in 2021 when he was playing for CSK.
आगे लेंगे बहुत बढ़िया डाले थे जॉश हेजलवुड, क्योंकि उस समय जब आपके पिछले ओवर में इतने सारे रन हो रहे हैं और सिर्फ 18 रन चाहिए था, 2 ओवर और 2 सेट बैट्समैन हैं वहाँ पे, तो आसान नहीं रहता है, लेकिन बहुत एक्सपीरियंस के साथ और क्लैरिटी, क्योंकि उस समय आपको दिखाया जॉश हेजलवुड, इसके वजह से ही आरसीबी ने जीता और अभी मौका है तो फिर सिर्फ मुझे लगता है सिर्फ 2 मैचेस जीतनी होगी, लेकिन आरसीबी उसमें सहमत नहीं रहेंगे क्योंकि 1 या 2 फर्स्ट सेकंड पोजीशन आपको ज़्यादा मौका मिलता है फाइनल्स तक पहुंचने के लिए।
मिस्टर आईपीएल सुरेश रैना, जब आप आईपीएल में खेलते थे आप वायरल होते थे अपने बल्लेबाजी के लिए, आप कमेंट्री बॉक्स में भी वायरल हो रहे हैं। कल आपने तो कहा कि विराट कोहली ने रिटायरमेंट क्यों लिया इस फॉर्मेट से, अब रेड कैप ऑरेंज कैप की रेस में शामिल है और आपको लगता है अब सीजन और भी बेहतर हो सकता है?
बिल्कुल, ही लुक्ड बिल्कुल सॉर्टेड। जो रनिंग बिटवीन द विकेट आप देखोगे, पार्टिकल जब उनके साथ खेल रहे हैं तो पार्टिकल थके हुए लग रहे हैं, विराट नहीं लग रहे हो, उनको भी खिला रहे हैं, उनके रन भाग रहे हैं वो। एंड एज यू राइटली सेड कि जो मोमेंटम आरसीबी का है, जो अनिल भाई ने डेथ ओवर में कामनेस की बात करी, कि वो विकेट में आप देखेंगे ना, जब बॉलिंग हो रही थी एक फील्डर पीछे गया और जो विराट ने पार्टनरशिप की 61 पे 1 था, उसके बाद 153 पे दूसरा विकेट गिरा, क्योंकि जब बैंगलोर में आप खेलते हो बीइंग ए बैटर, वो विकेट्स इन हैंड जो फॉर्मूला है बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। तो इस बार कोई मकसद के साथ उतरी और अब उसको रेक्टिफाई करके सीधा फाइनल की रेस पे जाते हैं।
आई मीन दबाव में, प्रेशर सिचुएशन में दे केप्ट देयर कूल। आज एक्चुअली अंक तालिका पे आप नजर डालेंगे, लुक एट द बॉटम, बिकॉज 5 बार विजेता चेन्नई सुपर किंग्स भिड़ेंगे सनराइजर्स हैदराबाद के साथ। वो भी टाइटल जीते हैं पहले, लेकिन इस बार सर्वाइवल के लिए लड़ रहे हैं और इसलिए दोनों कप्तान की टक्कर होगी। कैप्टन कूल एमएसडी अप अगेंस्ट पैट कमिंस। The confusion here.
For SRH, no, I don't think so. I think, the way that they need to go about should be the same. I don't think that should change at all. I think what has been disappointing has been the middle order for SRH. Klaasen is a great batter. Last game, you can't do much. And I think what has certainly troubled them is Nitish Reddy. He hasn't really scored at all. He's not looking confident. That's a bit of a worry. Yes, some people go through poor form, but even in the field, he's a gun fielder. He's missed a few chances. He's not really picked up cleanly, So those are pointers which tell you that he's not in the right mind space. He's thinking about his batting.
Speaking of spin, let's throw googly at our analysts over here. Which team has had the toughest time this season towards spin? Who's fallen the most to spin this season?
Who's fallen to spin?
Which team has struggled the most?
CSK?
Yeah. That wasn't very hard, was it? Unfortunately, that's something. Google Googlies, you'll be able to get it as well. If you participate, it's a chance for you to actually meet some of your favorite cricketers, your heroes, and get a chance to interact with them. More information on that, and we'll be coming up. We've got the pitch report to have a look at as well. A special milestone there for Mahendra Singh Dhoni as well. 400 T20s, tremendously experienced. We don't need to tell you what he's accomplished from that perspective. But right away, in a situation where your team is struggling, they are sinking. You're in a situation now where you're batting first. He spoke a little bit about not necessarily knowing the conditions, but he does know Chaipok quite well. And he would know how to assess this situation, when he needs to come on, and what sort of total they need to be setting here.
I think anything around 180 will be a very, very good total on this pitch. It will be slightly slow, but he has the personnel now in that squad to, really get the job done. And also they need to play it like a finals, and they have to play every game like a finals, and they can do it. They have the team to do it.
Impressions. What about your fantasy picks? 4 players that we feel could have a certain impact as far as this game is concerned, and both of them saying My 11 Circle, Fantasy Circle, Noor Ahmed, Matre, Abhishek and Nitish Reddy as well. Go to My 11 Circle and make your team now. Pick your fantasy picks. I like the way that Raidu says that you have to approach everything like you're playing a final now. Matre already made that impression, that too against Mumbai Indians, a team that he with Ambati Raidu and Anil Kumble as well. It was very interesting to see actually both of their reactions, particularly Raidu's reactions when the innings was being closed out. But overall, when we have a look at the progression from the start that you expected, wickets periodically falling, making his CSK debut and almost worked himself into a half century, really took on
CSK would have certainly got to that 180 plus score because he was batting brilliantly. It looked as though the pitch was, he was comfortable with the pitch and the conditions, and the way he was hitting the spinners was fantastic to see.
And that's exactly what they have needed so far, especially someone to tackle the spin. What about tomorrow? It's all eyes on Shreyas Iyer. Understandably, it would be a comfortable target. That's what our analysts were discussing about when we had the pre-show. Now with a little bit of dew.
Khalil has to bowl really well, and also Kamboj. Both have the skills to do that, but given the surface there and also there's a lot of dew, it's not going to be easy for CSK tonight. I think SRH are firmly on top at this moment in time.
I also feel someone like a
Fans, Match Centre Live powered by SBI. We've got Ambati Raidu and Anil Kumble besides us. I'll go straight to Raidu, the person who's lifted a trophy with that yellow army with CSK before added to the glory. The fact that the fortress has been breached so many times, first time now by Sunrisers. They're teams that are coming here making their own life, but it is a tough one to beat with. Just before we crossed over to the presentation, we were speaking to Anil Kumble about that aura that used to possess other teams when you walked into the chair pocket. It was intimidating, but this is a frontier, this is a kingdom that has been breached by quite a few teams this season.
Yes, they have. Like I mentioned, I think the start itself, I felt that Ruturaj and Devon Conway, although Devon Conway was not in the greatest of forms, but still, that particular pair won them the cup a couple of years ago, and that's something that I thought they should have started with. Rachin Ravindra is a fantastic young talent. Now with Brevis coming in, Matre coming in, I think that's a great thing. They need to also look, I feel, sometimes beyond Pathirana, because there's Nathan Ellis, who's an experienced death bowler who does exceptionally well. His 4 overs are across the 20 overs, and he's someone who won them the first game. But then that's it. He hasn't found a place. So maybe the next 5 matches that CSK have, that's when they need to start figuring out building a team for the future.
Exactly. If you go into the past, you'll always think about the overseas players that were so strong when it came to Chennai Super Kings. One of the points...
Or 8 players might be retained. I don't think anything more than that. I don't see any more players being retained more than that.
And those are some tough statements that are being said, because imagine having to play the remainder of the season in a way, kind of accepting that mode, because there's a reputation here. But you look at Sunrisers Hyderabad, they too have been in a very tough situation. The MVPs in terms of win contribution.
I think what he said at the end of the game when he spoke was also hitting the right length. I think at Chennai and even at the Chinnaswamy Stadium, you need to hit the right length. If you miss that, then it's easy runs and change of pace, which comes naturally to him. I thought he bowled really well today.
MS Dhoni coming on when, it's still about 6 overs to go, and you say, okay, this is a moment that we've kind of always been anticipating. So when Harshit Patel is given
there and also bowled a slow ball slightly wide of the off stump, which he's not acknowledging, but he has done a lot against MS Dhoni in the past as well.
I know, it isn't the first time that he's got his wicket. Again, we look at the win contributions overall. Even Pat Cummins, who's on that list, spoke about the bowling effort, the responsibility from Ishan Kishan as well, because he's had a hard.
And because when you don't pick someone, that's the shot that you go to, and he has played against it. So that was a good little innings from him.
It was an important one, because both these teams, we've actually been talking about application with the bat. Something's been missing, lack of partnerships, lack of intent, or just that little bit of spark. From Chennai Super Kings making his CSK debut today, Deval Brevis certainly provided that.
Seen in different tournaments, he scored runs. He scored runs in South Africa and even in first-class cricket. Under 19, you had seen him. That's how he sort of came into the IPL. Mumbai Indians, he had a couple of good innings. He didn't get too many opportunities. But here, the first game for the season for him, he came in as a replacement. He was not even in the squad. He comes in. And then we saw, even in 2011, one universe boss walked into RCB as a replacement. And then he's created history. He's been an icon for IPL. He has an opportunity because he has all the shots. Deval Brevis, as a youngster, they have Matre now. And then, of course, Pathirana is someone who I'm sure they will look to keep. So CSK have a few players who can lead their core group for a long period of time, and Brevis is someone who I'm sure will look.
And his next couple of innings.
I think he just needs to do what he's doing and not overthink and overcomplicate, because he has the intent, he has the confidence, and also the skill to play at this level, and the kind of clarity with which he's playing those shots is quite commendable, because he knows his strengths. He likes giving himself room and also hitting on the offside. He likes length, he likes the short ball. The only thing maybe he has to work on is ones that are fuller and try maybe swinging away, because he doesn't really get his front foot across. So he will learn that, but eventually with a franchisee like CSK, he will develop and also develop his mindset in terms of being a match winner. So that is very, very important.
That's a great point, isn't it, Raidu? That it just develops you and makes you that all-round player. It's a tough season, no doubt, as far as Chennai Super Kings is enduring. The fans are enduring. Social media will always be a place that you can turn to for just take your mind off the hard things. The memes of the match, CSK batting today. Planting trees ones or the Brevis one? Because I've seen the planting trees.
No, I think the planting trees one is apt, because they're planting trees for the future. Matre is one, Brevis is one, Ritu is already there, Patirana is there, Noor and Rashid. And there are also a few more young fast bowlers. So there are a lot of trees, small young saplings that are planted, and they will augur really well for CSK in the future.
I'm really shocked that we haven't got any Amriti Raidu memes out yet on this show. Has that happened?
No, I think they're waiting for a couple of days.
Couple of days, because I'm going to RCB at Chinnaswamy.
We'll be there, we'll look after you, man. Nothing will happen, don't worry. We'll stand right under Anil Kumble diamond box. No one will touch us. We'll be fine, don't worry.
He's a bit worried,
security there.
That's a conversation for another day. Before we build on to that, we'll take a breather. We'll tell you what's in store tomorrow. Stay with us.
They certainly have to get out of that rut. I mean, they've, lost to Punjab. They had a bit of a break, and then again, losing the previous game. I mean, they literally had everything on a platter, and then in those middle overs, they just gave it up. They had enough wickets. That's something that I think KKR will have to come back with. They were defending champions, so it's playing at home, and they need to put their best game against Punjab if they have to beat them, because Punjab have done really well. The Indian youngsters have shown them the way, especially with the batting. The overseas guys still haven't really come to the party. Marco Jansen is the only one who's sort of done that. We haven't had too much. I don't know whether Maxwell would play. Josh Inglis hasn't really done much. Even Stoinis hasn't. So for Punjab, it'll have to be the overseas guys coming to the party. And for KKR, I think the best use of Dre Russ. They haven't even used him properly. I think that's something that if they can, then it'll be a really good contest.
Very brief. You said defending champions. What about the defending captain, Shreyas Iyer? He's done well away from home this season. And this is technically kind of home for him, in a way.
Yeah, I mean, he'll have a lot of good memories, a good association with the ground as well as the opposition team. So he would be expecting, good innings from himself, and also, have that little fire in the belly against KKR, because things have not gone according to the plan. He was not retained. So he's the captain of Punjab now. But definitely Punjab has a great chance this season to qualify. So I think he'll be quite focused, and I see Punjab being the stronger of the two.
Punjab looking to get into that top four. Thank you so much for joining us today with all of your insights as well.
And also, my city has won today.
Yes, Raidu, well done.
I know my ex-team has lost,
Hang on,
but my city has won.
CSK,
Which is the
Sunrisers.
city?
No, it's my home city, Hyderabad.
Hyderabad, yes.
Yeah.
No, I thought.
But technically, all of us have that, because when I look at Anil, we're talking about Punjab. We could be talking about Punjab, Coach, MI, Bangalore. We could all be picking 3-4 teams.
Yeah, but it's
That's the beauty of IPL.
It's my home city.
That's the beauty of IPL.
Go Orange Army.
Okay. Someone has switched colours this season for today. That is. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for all of your insights. We'll see you at 6:30 tomorrow. Bye for now.